Hello everyone, and welcome to uh, my take on the Crew 2's new update, the Hollywood update, and where they're going forward with it. So, quick recap on just my take on the game. It's a fun game to just drive around in. It has a lot of cars. Graphics are pretty good for the size of the world. It has the biggest open world map. Um, it has a lot of different disciplines in the vehicles and stuff. So, overall, it's a decent game, but it's always online. It has microtransactions, uh, and really, once you complete all the base game events, there's really nothing to do. As you can see, if you haven't played in a while, they added the hobbies, which I can only go into the first screen. If I go in and get my reward, it will freeze, or I won't be able to interact or back out or anything, so I'll have to quit out the game. So I'm not gonna do that. And the Hollywood update has added some new vehicles, some bug fixes for some things, some menu updates like this whole green screen setup, a new intro video, which is fine, it's whatever. Uh, there's 17 new summits, and for some reason I remember reading 7 new events somewhere, but don't quote me on the 7 new events. But there are new events that will be rolled out in line with the summits. But other than that, that's it. And some new vehicles, but there's nothing else really. Oh, maybe this is still a bit too loud. But there's nothing else really. There's no new long events. There's no new ways to grind money, grind crew credits. There's the hobbies, but the hobbies are just challenges for grinding, which a lot didn't activate, even though I've done them, like completing street race events and stuff. Even though I'm Icon 290 or whatever, when the hobbies came out, it acted like I had never even done a street race. So I don't know. The summits are fine, but they're competitive. And what I mean by competitive is when you look at the summits, you see a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum rank that you get by competing in essentially time trials or getting a better score in the race or whatever event it is against other people in the world. And only a certain amount of people can be in platinum rank. And usually the best reward obviously the best reward in the summit is the platinum rank, which is usually an exclusive car or exclusive vanity item now. And the only way you're really getting platinum rank in the summit is if you've been one of these people who've just been grinding the hell out of this game the whole time, and then we say, okay, well, what have they been grinding? Well, they've been grinding PvP, which has been the same races for I don't know how long, and they've been grinding like New York Hypercar or the Harley Davidson race, and which is the same races we've been grinding since the game came out. And this is what baffles me, because even in the Crew 1, you had more variety to objectives, to races, to the open world. Like by the end, you had a decent amount of things you could do. And in this game, there's nothing. There's nothing to do in the open world except screw around and take pictures. There's nothing to really collect. There's nothing to really do. It's a big open world with nothing to do in it. And 17 new summits, and I don't know why it's so difficult for them to just plot checkpoints across, you know, a point. I mean, an area, and make a point-to-point race, and just put it out like. And even if like AI is a problem and testing it with AI and stuff, just make it a time trial for players and multiplayer. Like I don't get it. Like I truly do not get it. And the summits, yeah, they're competitive, and the best people have to get the stuff and whatever, and that's all well and good. But can PvE players or players that just don't have the time to really grind the shit out of this game to compete in every weekly summit have a way to earn these summit cars another way? Like, you know, a month or two after a summit car has come out, maybe maybe that's when you can put out some other type. Okay, I don't know what just happened. I don't know why my controller just shut off. That was weird. So anyways, we need a way to earn these summit cards, because the summit cards are starting to pile up, and there's no way to earn them. There's no way to do anything with them unless you played that summit the week it was. And the platinum people are just gonna keep earning the platinum rank. Like it's difficult to get back up in platinum. See photo op. That's the only other thing you could do is photo ops. And crew credits, like the vanity items. The vanity items are cool, but grinding crew credits is ridiculous because you only get. Well, I completed 3 challenges a while ago, and now I only get 1 challenge a day. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's the only way to get crew credits. Oh yeah, sorry. Gameplay wise, that's the only way to get crew credits. The other way to get crew credits is to just buy them. You know, of course. Otherwise, yeah, you ain't really getting vanity items. And so, see, this is really all this game is good for now. Once you beat all the main events, just driving around in the car you want. But getting the car you want, you got to grind real hard. The same events turn a little bit of money, and like the cars are expensive, and the payout for races isn't great at all, like at all. You got cars that cost 1 to 2 million pretty much, and getting 20,000 a race. Shit, man. Not to mention all the problems I'm having with the PS4 version right now. The game randomly crashes. I was doing the New York hypercar race last night, and at 70% it just logged me out back to the main menu for no reason. Don't know why. That really pissed me off. I've been reading online that a lot of people are having the photo mode issues. We still can't get our headlights fixed so they work at nighttime, so we can get a proper nighttime. Oh my god. We still can't get the quick nav from the Crew 1, which was when you press, I can't remember if it was the D-pad or triangle, but when you press one of these, a little quick nav thing would show up, kind of like this right here, but it was more detailed and had more depth into what you could select and stuff. With the quick nav, you could choose a bunch of different things, including your favorite cars, because it had a car list. So instead of me pressing start, loading this menu, going into vehicles, and then scrolling to find the vehicle I want. Give us an option to just favorite the vehicle. Like right now, favoriting just favors the vehicle to this transform thing. Let me open my quick nav and just show a list of my favorited vehicles so I can quick switch to them. And maybe take it one step further and let the quick nav also have my favorite races for me to just teleport to. And also have a PvP option there so I can matchmake for PvP while we're driving around with all my crew. And why not increase the crew party size from 4 to maybe 6 or 8? Since PvP is 8 players as well. In the crew 1 you had faction missions, which were pretty long missions and kind of varied in what they did. Like some missions, you had to transport a car to a certain place, or you had to get to a certain you had to do a point-to-point race, but it wasn't a race. It was just a get there whenever you get there, but your car took damage. You had a health bar, and if you took too much damage, you failed the race. Well, sorry, cruise race, whatever you want to call it. But it was something that didn't force you to always be racing and, you know, always be playing this game hard. It was a cruise, but you had to be careful, and you still earned money from it. Where are all those types of missions? I don't get it. And with you transforming vehicles, why don't you have more races that have you transforming through vehicles and stuff? Not to mention, also in the crew 1, we had the ability to plot our own races with the free drive races and the free drive stunts and whatever. So I could go on the menu and I could click free drive race and I could plot out a course and I could do it. And it would count as a race. And I would earn some money from it. I'm pretty sure we had a way to look up community-made races as well in the crew 1. I can't remember. It's been a long time. But I would like that as well. Let me open up the map. And when I zoom out, and it turns all white, which again, I don't like. I wish we had an option to make it like, the crew 1, where it was like a Google Earth view. When I'm at this view of the map, let me press square and go to a, you know, community option that showed me a bunch of community races and community made events and whatever, and just let me select them. And then I had a filter for, you know, most played or newest ones, or I had an option for favorited community members that I like to follow because they make the best tracks I like or whatever. Yeah, there's just so many things you could do. Like, you could increase the payout for all the races for one, so grinding for cards isn't as difficult. You could add new set bonuses, so not everything in the game isn't just grind for Nitrochemist and press X to NOS out of a corner. You could add a hardcore mode where, you know, smashing a wall actually hinders you, instead of, you know, what you see in PvP where mans can smash a wall at 230 miles per hour and be completely fine and boost out and turn and act like nothing happened. Like, you could add daily challenges or weekly challenges or community challenges or whatever, that where it's like, hey, play the what would you call it? Play our curated community content playlist, whatever, you know, races or whatever that we have this week. And if you play that, hey, you get 10,000 CCs. Or you have a daily challenge of, hey, play this race, you get 5,000 CCs. Or 2,000 CCs, whatever. Do this race 5 times over the course of the week, you get 6,000 CCs. No. And Burnout Paradise had a multiplayer event system where you could be driving in free roam and you could all just join an event and go do something together. Why does this game not have that? Just have a circle show up on the map, and you can have arrows pointing to it on the radar or whatever if you're in range of it. saying, hey, look, an event's going to show up here, and it shows up to other people. Everyone rolls up to the circle, honk your horn to join the event, right? You join the event, and then it starts counting down, hey, event, just like Destiny, the event's going to start in whatever, 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever. You have 5 minutes to get there and join it. Or if you're in a crew, one of your crew members joins it, and you get an invitation to join the event if you want, and you click R3 so you all join the event. And the event's just, hey, all you race to this point. All you split up, go grab something that you don't actually grab. You just drive through a checkpoint. You grab something, you technically grab something, and you drive back and meet up again. Or shit, some people take planes and fly off into this, and some people take cars and do this. Like, there's many things you could do. Like, I don't like the networking side. I can see being difficult, but actually creating the events and stuff, I don't see how that's so hard. And then on top of that, like, you could even tie that into earning old Summit cars. Like, hey, if you do fucking 1,000 events, you earn this old Summit car. Like, I don't have a problem. Like, I don't think there's a problem with there being multiple ways of earning the Summit cars, as long as every way is difficult or, kind of rare. I don't know. I feel like I want to play this game. I want to do things. My friends want to play this game, but what do you do in this game? You do PvP. You take part in the summit, which you need certain vehicles for, which you have to get the max stats for. You don't have to, but that's the only way you're going to get the max rank to compete against the other people if you want the platinum rank. So you got to grind out the vehicles and the parts for them. And if you've been grinding out the game already, you have the parts, so you just swap out the parts on the vehicle, do your rank, get the highest rank already. So everyone who doesn't grind the shit out of this game is just left with silver or gold rank. That's if they buy all the cars and everything associated with the summit and do all the events. So and people say, hey, yeah, the summit is what keeps you coming back every week. I'm pretty sure that you coming back every week for the summit isn't because the summit is... Sorry, I was checking my phone. Pretty sure isn't because the summit is super fun. It's because the summit has a vehicle or a vanity item that you want. But I'm pretty sure if there was a way to earn that vanity item through free roam or through events or anything, you probably wouldn't be doing the summit. And that's why I have a problem with. The summit isn't really that fun, and it isn't really... I mean, it caters to a certain amount of people, which it's always going to cater to a certain amount of people, which isn't great, considering that's the only end game thing in this entire game. And yeah, you have ace difficulty for races, but don't tell me that's content. Like, it's a difficulty. Like, that's not content. It's the same race. It's the exact same, except the cars are faster because they have a higher level. And maybe their AI is bumped up a bit, but that's it. And they have cool. They have the customization, man. They can do. You can do stuff with cars in this game. You could do, but there's stuff in the Crew 1 that just should have been in this game. That's not. It's still not. And even if you want to talk about things that aren't programming or things that need a lot of programming to be put into the game, how about a new garage where we can actually display more of our cars? Since the main thing is cars and we have a lot of cars, why not just give us one garage like Project Gotham, where it's just bunch of spaces for all your vehicles. Or hell, make it an underground garage where you just drive, where it's just some simple garage up top. That's just an entrance, and you drive underground, and it's a giant underground garage with some neat lighting. That's it, and you just see all your cars. Separate outfits for, you know, if you're driving a vehicle compared to if you're driving a motorcycle. Hell, drop tops. You can make. We could add, if people want to add roof scoops and shit, they could do that, or they could add a sunroof, or make it a convertible, or make it a soft top. You could do exhaust tips. You could do the license plates that a lot of people want to change. You could do. They're adding the tires now and stuff, but even those vanity items, I would like more of those vanity items able to be earned through gameplay and not just a summit or buying crew credits. Like fuck, man. The cars and the hobbies are nice, but I think earning them should be brought down. Like, instead of being 700 stars or whatever it is, it should maybe be like 400 to 500 and have a vanity item tied to 700 stars. Like, I don't know, man. The interior, like, why not give me an option to just color the steering wheel in only parts of the dash and not the entire rest of the car, or just the steering wheel and the seats, or like we don't even have that option. Shit, give me a green color for the interior. Shit, give us an option to animate the steering wheel more, to make it more dynamic and better, and actually 360 degrees or some shit. Because I don't know, man, some cars you're driving them and like he barely turns the steering wheel. It's kind of weird. Yeah, man, like the mirrors don't really, they kind of work, but I know mirrors in games are a big strain. And shit, if you want to give us an option to just remove the mirrors, which you can do on vehicles, like you really can, and this is a fictitious game. So shit, if you want to give us an option to remove the rearview mirror and the side mirrors to increase performance, yeah, you can do that too. And for fixing the headlights, we don't need every single car and every other person's headlights to work properly, where the lights bouncing off the trees and the buildings and illuminating the street properly and everything. Like, no. It only needs to work for our car. For the one we're driving. Because we're the only one who's actually driving it. Yeah, it would be cool just to be in the forest and see someone else's lights, you know, beam through the trees, but if the game can't handle that, that's fine. But it needs to at least work for us. Like, we need to be able to see at nighttime. And I don't know why that's such an issue. I really don't know why that's so difficult. To just add 2 decent lights to the front of our cars. Or hell, just make it fake and just make it one big light. And not even make it a dynamic light. But anyways, whatever. That's just me. Like, have it just be a static light that just illuminates things in a certain distance, in a certain cone in front of your thing. And even cosmetic options like changing our headlights and taillights. Changing the colors on them, or changing if they're LEDs or not, or, you know, whatever. They added window tints in the game, but window tints, again, are only crew credits. Like, I can't believe you gotta pay a good amount of crew credits just to get fucking window tint. The snow is still whack as hell. I mean, it doesn't look that great, but fine. I'm fine with it not looking great, but like, it snows in the desert? Like, why? Why does it snow in the desert? And they've made it so, you know, weather will actively change more quickly and more often. Which I don't mind, but wouldn't it be better to just not make them change as often. You know, tone it down a little bit, but make them last longer. Or maybe increase the rate of fog and rain, but not really snow. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, man, like, we need a nighttime. We need proper nighttime. We had proper nighttime. People remember, we had proper nighttime. And the only reason why they changed it was because people had problems seeing in the night because our headlights don't work. And even then, you could just... This is a pretty arcade game. Like, in races and stuff, you can make it so the curbs or, you know, the edges of the road have maybe not a giant neon strip, but kind of better definition or better outline or shadows or lighting or reflection or whatever to stand out more compared to the rest of the road. Because it's, when you're going kind of fast, it's hard, especially in first person, it's hard to see where the road is and where the road's going. Even though you can see the road, it's hard to tell how wide the road is or where it ends and where it begins or where it turns or whatnot. It's kind of difficult. But there's creative ways around this stuff, and instead all they focus on is summits. It's always just summits. Summits, summits, more summits, more summits, vanity items, summits, vanity items, summits. It's like, and yeah, new cars. We get new cars. But we don't have the exploded view, which I thought was cool from the Crew one. We don't have the quick nav. We don't have free drive races. We don't have the community races. We have no way to earn CC except for these stupid little challenges. PvP still is boring and barely anyone plays it. Man, I don't really see people playing PvP like at all. I do think you should split PvP up more, like have your street category, your off-road category, and your, I don't know, miscellaneous category, which has like drag race and drift and I don't know what the fuck else, monster truck tricks and shit. And off-road can be rally raid, rally cross, motocross, yeah, I would say hovercraft, but I hate hovercraft, so I would say no hovercraft. Yeah, I guess you could add powerboat racing into off-road. And jet sprint. Technically, that's off-road. Actually, no, it's not off-road. But... Or maybe you could put those into miscellaneous. But anyways, you have your categories. Because right now you only have street. And the other one, which is everything. Or... Sometimes it changes. Like, I remember last night it was pro racing. The night before, or 2 nights before, was demolition derby. But instead of just having the two things you matchmake for, have your categories and have you select which ones you want to matchmake for together. So you have your 6 categories or whatever, but you only you choose to matchmake for street racing, off-road, and drag. Right? And so any one of those 3, if it finds a match, it puts you in that match. I would also like a hardcore mode that was more prevalent, that made you more prevalent on your ability to drive the car and not just smash into a wall and nos out the turn. Or even make the game not so prevalent on just earning the nitro chem set and using that to pretty much be meta and everything. I don't know, man, PvP is just not that... I like doing PvP, but the variety and how they have it set up is not great. The fact that I just have to look at a screen while I'm matchmaking the whole time is so boring, because the first game you didn't have to do that. It's unreal to me. It's unreal to me. So, So yeah, I'm not a fan of any of that. And I've talked about the summits. I've talked about a public event system. What else? I've talked about the map, public event system, summits, ways to earn more crew credits, community challenges and everything, like daily challenges, weekly challenges, monthly challenges, community challenges, the faction system, more customization items. Not items, but ways to customize a car. Fix the damn game, fix the crashing, fix the photo mode issues, fix the frame rate drops. Like the game worked fine before. I don't understand why. What happened? Add more things to do in the open world. Whether they be collectibles, whether they be landmarks, whatever. Again, the crew one had more things to do content-wise, and it baffles me why this game doesn't have half this stuff. We need way more events and more diversity in the events in terms of what you do. Like, I know this is a driving game and a racing game, but so was the first game, but you could still do other things. Like I said, the crews where you had a health bar and you had to essentially do a perfect drive, but do the perfect drive at your own pace. Like, that's cool. I think that's a nice thing to do. And you do it in whatever, street car you want, and you could have events for hypercars and rallycross cars and boats and all this shit. More transform races, the community tab that you could see on the map, and choose community made races and plot your own course and upload it so other people can play it. The quick nav system, the weather system, increasing the crew player size, the crew party size. Oh man, just better rewards being tied to other things. Like, stop focusing so much on the summits. Just stop. Just stop. And the Hollywood thing, I'm sure will be cool. The update's out. I'm playing the update right now. There's nothing new except some cars and the intro and the menu. That's it. There's nothing else new. So I can't really say anything about Hollywood. There's the new Summit. Yeah, there's that L1 Camaro. Yeah, nice Camaro. Whatever. I have one anyways. Makes no difference. You know what? Let's go back there. Let's just check this out for a second. Alright, I'm gonna have it. Let's go look at this for a second. And not to mention, we can't just fast travel where we want to either. Like, I can't just pick a spot on the road and fast travel to it. Again, something else in the first game that I can't do. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, and this walking animation, like, he does this weird stutter. You can see it. You can see he stutters when his right foot hits the ground. Like, animation, like, it like skips a frame or something. I don't know. It's weird. So look at this. Platinum, you get the Z01 for this week. Next week, you get Yellow Smoke for gold. Neon Battle, the futuristic tires, platinum reward. That means a shit ton of people are straight up never gonna get that. Dust Bowl has literally no reason to do it except for some gold shit. So that doesn't even have a reason to do. Have a reason to play for anything. And that's the summit. 17 more of these. Wonderful. Wonderful. Then we go to the vanity shop here. And why not just the music in the HQ play the music you have selected on the radio? Like, why doesn't it just do that? Jesus Christ. Season pass always here, never going anywhere. Of course, of course. The rollout bundle, $1 million bucks, or 140,000 crew credits. I have 303 crew credits. This is what you get for $1 million bucks, which is fine. You know, whatever, it's fine. I have no problems with the price of the cars if the prices, if the payout of races was more and PvP was more, but it's not. You have this bundle, which is the confetti smoke, tires with white letters on it, a yellow underglow light, and black neon tint, and the Camaro. 80,000 crew credits, pretty much. Now remember, I can earn 2,500 crew credits a day. Oh, vanity pack. 60,000 crew credits. What do I get from this? I get blue outline tires, turquoise gem smoke, which looks like something out of Rocket League, and I get a glowing blue neon window tint. 60,000 crew credits. That's for a bunch of vehicles. Now this one was 30,000 crew credits, which came with the green neon underglow, green nitrous, and green smoke. That was 30,000 crew credits. Now again, remember, after I did the 3 contracts that piled up, I only get 1 contract a day, and a contract will give me 2,500 credits. Sometimes I've seen them for 1,500 crew credits. Let's go to vanity. 1 smoke, blizzard smoke, is 70,000. A yellow nitro is 10,000. An emote, which is just a sticker, essentially, that just pops up over your car, is 10,000. A horn sound. That horn sound is 25,000 crew credits. And here's your prices for crew credits. Know what I'm saying? Now, the obvious argument for all this would be, hey, they gotta fund the game. They need money for the game. Yeah, of course. So why not just slap out a $10, $20 expansion that just puts in a shit ton of events? The free drive racing, a public event system, gives us a decent amount of new vehicles that we get because we bought the expansion. And you have no problem doing that because they give you cards with the season pass, like the 911, that I can't get because it's a season pass exclusive. Right? Where is it? Here. Season Pass exclusive. Can't buy it. So, you have no problem doing that. So fine, give us cars, give us an expansion that gives us a whole bunch of events or whatever, instead of depending so hard on these microtransactions and these fucking summits and these vanity items. Like, I would pay $10 for a whole bunch of new events. And you had those events tied to unlocking these vanity items and shit. Along with the summits for everyone else who doesn't pay for the $10 expansion or whatever. I see no issue with that. I honestly see no issue with that. I bought Iceborne, and I had no regrets buying Iceborne, because to this day, Alatreon just came out, and I still got bare shit to do in that game. Tons of things to unlock. Tons of things to grind for. Tons of things to do. And the grind in that game is hard as fuck. I would say harder than this game. But it's more varied. I keep getting rewarded. It's more diverse. It has more shit to do. More ways to play. Things to collect. Like, and I know that's not a racing game, but they're kind of in the same vein of being an RPG-ish type, looter game type thing. That have big grinds tied to them. I don't know, man. And think about this for a second. All these cars in just a street race. Discipline, right? Which is great. There's a lot of vehicles. How many times would you have to grind New York Hypercar, which is like a 30-minute race? How many times would you have to grind New York Hypercar to buy all these cars? Because remember, that's the only race we get. We're getting some new races, but I guarantee I'll bet money. I'll bet some money, man, that none of those races are going to be really long races. And could you imagine pressing start and you want to go race someone in the open world, and you press start and you go to vehicles and you gotta scroll through a list like that with all your other vehicles too, your raid vehicles, your rallycross vehicle? Like, could you imagine scrolling through this list every time you want to change a vehicle? That's just fucking retarded. So again, and I'm saying all this and I'm being this harsh on the game because the game, the Crew 2 could be the racing game that trumps all other racing games. It has the structure there. It has all the different classes of vehicles. It has the customization. It has the events. It has transforming. It has planes and boats. It has a giant open world map. The Crew 1 had the ability for the community to interact and make their own races. It's an always online game. You're clearly supporting it. What is going on? Why is the focus so heavy on summits? I don't get it. I just don't get it. This is an always online game, and the only online thing about it is when you're driving in the open world, you see people, and yeah, you can screw around with them. Other than that, there's no reason for this game to be always online. There's actually no reason. Maybe it needs to be always online for traffic to always work in the open world properly and stuff, but from what I see, man, I don't see the real reason why this game always has to be always online. Other than, like, right here where you just see people. That was cool. I think, yeah, the cars are great and all, but at 2.6 million? And Hypercar pays out what, 300 grand? 310 grand? Half an hour race? Most expensive, I mean, not most expensive race. Biggest payout you'll get from a race is New York Hypercar, 315 grand. Half hour race, and you're grinding that shit out to buy all these cars. I've just shown you street race and hypercar. Still got drag, still got drift, still got motocross, still got rallycross, still got rally raid, powerboats, jet sprint, monster truck, demolition derby, alpha GP, touring car. What else? I think I covered them all. And some of the like the trick plane, and hovercraft. Yeah. And like you even got bikes in the game, man. Like, what the fuck? Why don't you have more races with just bikes? I don't get it. I don't understand. Hell, have events where you borrow the summit car, so at least we have an event where we can use a summit if we've ever earned it. At least we can play it in this one event. You know what I mean? Like, ah man, I see some people on the Reddit going like, "Oh, I'm so excited to grind." What excited to grind? What? PvP? Same races? New York Hypercar again? What, like what? And let's not forget, the PvP races are races from the main game. So all the races you do in the main game are races in PvP. And when you go up to PvP here, yeah, look at this. Look at that. Yeah, I'm sure people new to the game have a chance against them to earn the summit vehicles. So this is all your. This is it. No collect. This is it right here. This is all you matchmake for. So right now, if I want to go off road, I can't. This is what I mean. Just have more sections there, and just let me check mark which ones I want to matchmake for. But PvP is PvP. You have nothing to collect in the open world. The vanity store is way too expensive. We need more ways to grind crew credit. Like, I don't know, I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat myself. But yeah. That's crew credit. The Hollywood events, I'm sure, will be pretty cool for what they are. They said they stay around, so they're not like the summits where they go away the week. And just to be clear, the summits aren't exclusive races or anything like that. There might be some new events tied to the summits, but generally the summits are just reused events or skill challenges or whatever. There's nothing really new about it. Except for the reward, the car or the vanity item. Most of the time. So as you can see, all I got for that $30,000 credit back was the green neon underglow, green smoke, and my NOS is green. That was 30,000 crew credits. I didn't even get a window tint. Oh, and I got the Impala. Yay. So, so honestly, in general, the economy of this game is out of whack. And there's nothing to do with the end game except summits, which you might as well not even do because they take a huge grind. See, this guy already grinded out like 2.6 million for that thing, or 2 million or whatever, for the Koenigsegg, which I am gonna do, but he's icon 849. It's crazy. Oh, look at that. And he disappeared. Look at that. Don't you love the servers in this game and stuff? It's wonderful, eh? I don't know, maybe he went into photo mode or something. I don't know. Like, yeah. See, is photo mode gonna break for me? Oh, that's what works. Like, yeah, man, they have a good photo mode and shit, man. Like all that's cool and all, but I don't know. No, oops. I don't know. I, lo- I love I love the customization and the way the cars look and stuff and what you can do, but they could take it one step further. They really could take it even further and make the game even better than what it is right now. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. See, I love taking the pictures and stuff, though. like, the game does have cool aspects to it, but oh my, it's just I got nothing to do except again grind for New York Hypercar, which again the game might crash and I might waste my time again. So all I do is just drive around. I don't know, man. The game has a lot of potential and it's just not being realized because they just want to focus on vanity items and summits, and they could make way more money off this game if they focused on it more properly and gave the community what they wanted, but they're not doing that. Oops. And this game could really be the game. Like, hey, you want to race boats? Get the Crew 2. You want to race planes? Get the Crew 2. You want to do street racing? Get the Crew 2. You want to drag race? Get the Crew 2. You want to do off-road racing? Get the Crew 2. Like, you want to do drift racing? Get the Crew 2. Yeah. You want to drive monster trucks? Get the Crew 2. Like, this game could be the racing game. Like, it could be better than Midnight Club, than Test Drive Unlimited, than Forza Horizon. It could be better than all of them. But the focus is just on the wrong shit. It really is. And the communication from Ivory Tower is like fucking non-existent. So, I don't know. It's such a shame. It's just such a fucking shame. Anyways, that's my take on the bare bones Hollywood update for now, and that where the game is going and what could be done with it. But yeah. Crew 2? Oh, and I have this paint job because there's an online livery system where people can make liveries and upload it, and other people can download it. Which again, another thing, really cool. So the game has really cool aspects to it. There's a lot of things that are cool. And I love that my tuned up Eclipse actually sounds like it has a nice turbo in it. But that's the other thing too, like even putting in different engines to make the cars sound different and stuff. Let me buy a fucking window tint with bucks. Come on. Like, how is that, like, come on. Anyways. Yeah. Take care. Like and subscribe and all that shit. And let me know what you guys think of the Crew 2 and where it's going, what it could be doing, what you would want more from this game. Yeah, take it easy.